Now, what about Christians' historical record? Let's use the crucifixion, probably the most important event in the history of mankind. What does Islam do? What does this book do with the crucifixion? Well, in one verse, it shuts down the crucifixion. Has another man die in Jesus' place, puts him on the cross instead of Jesus, saying that there was no crucifixion. And in one verse, it just shut down everything we know about Jesus Christ. That's what the Quran does.
As offensive as it may be, facts are facts. If we all believe the same thing, we'd be the same religion. According to the New Testament, it's going to hurt people. Muhammad is an antichrist. That's the New Testament teaching. Because what is the criteria for an antichrist? 1 John chapter 2, 22 to 23 tells you. Who is the antichrist? He who denies the Father and the Son. Islam says Allah is not a father, and Jesus is definitely not his son. So according to Islam, all of you are shirkers. You believe Jesus is God's son? Mushrik. You believe he's Lord? Mushrik. Now the Quran says to fight you. And to the victor goes the spoils, or you pay what's called jizya. We're going to get there.
No. Why don't we go back to the evidence from the first and second century? Why don't we go back to Thales and Phlegon, these two Greeks, Samaritan historian and Roman writer, who were debating this event in 52 AD. That's 20 years after Christ's death. And in the debate, they mentioned that when Christ died, the earth shook and the sun went dark. Don't you think you'd rather trust them than the Quran that was written in the 7th and 8th century? I'd go to the 1st century, wouldn't you? What about Lucian the Greek Satires that refers to the death of Jesus Christ? Or Mara bar Serapin, who has a letter to the pagan in 73 AD? Or what about the Jewish historian Josephus, who between 83 and 90 AD not only talks about the death of Jesus, but he mentions also the brother of Jesus, James' death, and he mentions that the Christians believe that Jesus rose from the dead. Ooh, I love that. And then what are we going to do with Tacitus? A Roman historian who hated Christians, had nothing good to say about Christianity, yet he talked about the death of Jesus. He said that it happens during the time of Pontious Pilate under the rule of Tiberius. That's why.
You believe Jesus is God's son? Mushrik. You believe he's Lord? Mushrik. Now the Quran says to fight you. And to the victor goes the spoils, or you pay what's called jizya. We're going to get there. So, you believe, or have believed, indeed the polytheists are unclean, so let them not approach al-Masjid al-Haram. Now, without the traditions, you have no idea where this is. Allah will enrich you from his bounty if he wills. Now, how will he enrich you? This is the question I want you to see. By having you fight the infidels and taking jizya from them. That's verse 29. It says it right there. Fight those who do not believe in Allah. Does it say fight those who threaten you? Fight those who attacked you? Fight those who want to take your land? No. Fight those who do not believe in Allah or in the last day. So here, if you don't have the same idea of Allah they do, that's pretext to fight you. So fight in the last day. Now, real quickly, let me describe Islamic last day, because I want to show the audience who don't know Islam how graphic this is. The last day in Islam means if you pass the test, you will enter Jannah, you'll enter paradise.
This part's shocking, so just trigger warning, if you have any children around, you might not want them to listen.
You have maidens of pleasure, Hur al-Ain. I can give you even a reference, very graphic, chapter 78, 31, 33. It says that they have swelling breasts that don't sag. And the Quran says you'll spend all eternity deflowering them, but you won't harm them. And they'll return. When I say Quran says you will have sex with them, but the hadiths go graphic. You will be deflowering them, but you won't hurt them. They'll return virginal again. So this is the pleasures of paradise. And you're going to have wine, and you're going to have milk, and you're going to have meat and young boys serving you. Youths of perpetual freshness. Now, why the hell do I need a young boy in paradise to serve me? Well, things to make you go, But that's the last day. Oh, you brought it up, huh? See, full-breasted.
Companions of equal age.
Go back to 30, up to 30. So now, why should you fight them? I'm sorry, 29. Fight those who do not believe in Allah or in the last day, who do not consider unlawful what Allah and his messenger have made unlawful. So if you don't accept Muhammad's restrictions, like don't eat pig meat, grounds to fight you. Am I making it up? It's right there.